Hi, my name is Bertha Yarnot, and I'm going to be presenting Corporation Vitro. Together, we see further. So let's get started. What kind of company is Vitro? Vitro is a Mexican company. It's a glass manufacturing company. They're actually the largest glass manufacturing company in North America. They are divided into four SBUs: architectural glass, container glass, automotive glass, and chemicals. So, what is glass made of? If you were wondering, if you were curious, glass is mainly sand. 73% is actually silica sand. That it gets melted. It actually gets melted 2,900 Fahrenheit temperature. And then it gets poured into containers or flat glass. So Vitro history, Vitro has more than 140 years of history manufacturing glass. Ties to Pittsburgh by the acquisition of PPG Glass in 2016. They started back in Monterrey, Mexico in 1909 by manufacturing container glass. And then in 2016, they acquired the PPG glass. PPG started with Pittsburgh plate glass in Pittsburgh back in 1883. So a lot of history there. So the major points, as mentioned, the company started in 1909 in Mexico as a container company. In 1929, they opened the first flat glass factory. In 1942, they created Industria de Acali. They produce raw material. In 1968, the first line of float glass was created. In 1974, they were listed on the Mexican stock exchange market. 1985, sale and distribution into the US. 1995, Vitro acquired Vidrio Lux from Bolivia. 1996, Vitro Colombia is created. 2006, again, they acquired PPG Flat Glass. 2017, they acquired Pittsburgh Glass Works, which was actually part of PPG Glass earlier. Was the automotive line, which they had sold back in 2008, 60%, and then the remaining 40% in 2016. So by acquiring it in 2017, uh, Vitro basically acquired everything that at one point in time was PPG glass. And then here recently in 2023, Vitro enters the renewable energy sector with the glass solar panels. Okay, so moving on, mission. So Vitro mission. Um, we create value for our stakeholders by increasing leadership in our business, supported by our adherence to our culture and values, and leaving a positive footprint on society. Victor Vision. Together, we will realize the full potential of glass to shape the way we move, build, and live in the future. So, how do we show our values at Vitro? We're customer centric. Um, we exceed in innovation and sustainability. We care about our people. We have operational excellence and integrity. And here is a picture of the Hillman livery at the University of Pittsburgh that was made with Vitro glass. Again, tying up to locally values. So what's Vitro competitive strategy? Vitro follows a differential strategy, high value segments, high performance, very technology advanced. We're able to customize to the customer needs. It's a regional focus, leveraging its North America footprint. Rather than attempting global coast leadership, it's very limited globally. So recent awards and recognition. So we have here the R&D magazine back in 2005, Architectural Products magazine in 2003, the US Glass magazine in 2004, Building Design and Construction in 2024, Architecture Record in 2024. Again, Victor strategy is differential and they are very high quality and they have been recognized as such. So in the glass industry, what are the current trends? So we will say is innovation, high technology, sustainability, like the expansion of the vacuum insulation, how to make the recycling of the glass better, automation, emerging facades and glazing technologies, again, sustainability in solar products, right? How can we make it better? So here we have a picture of the Bird Smart glass. So it is laser mark to avoid birds getting hurt on the glass. So this is just another way how Vitro uses innovation for the environment, right? For sustainability. It's not just carbon footprint. It's also how can we leave the world around us as they are. Okay. So what are the forces of change that affect the glass industry, right? Um, so building codes, right? Stricter building codes, moving more again to environmentally friendly, sustainability, with the clean green initiatives, the circular economy pressure, which is the recycling of the glass, the solar glass for energy efficiency, all the AI technology, and of course, right, geopolitical moves also affect um, the glass industry. Here we have a picture to show, the carbon footprint glass produces. 78% of the carbon emissions are produced while making the glass, right? Very little is in like the coatings, in treatment, the transportation. The majority is making the glass. So how do we make the furnaces more efficient, right? Because it takes a lot of energy to heat the glass to 2,900 Fahrenheit degrees. So that's one of the things that Vitro is working on. So is the glass industry attractive to newcomers? Um, we will say moderate because you need high capital, right? High investment to be able to move into these industry. And it is very complex. It's very high tech. So you will need the knowledge, right? That's one of the critical success factors. You will need R&D, uh, energy efficiency technology. You will need to be agile, manufacturing, very flexible plants where you can produce solar panels one day, window glass the next day, automotive, And of course, logistic integration, right? How do you move all these glass around the world? So Vitro competition. Who is Vitro competition? So mainly is Guardian Glass, AGC, NSG, and Segoven. Um, Mainly Guardian. They are more budget friendly than Vitro, but still high quality. AGC, they have more a diverse portfolio and they're more of a global leader. NSG, they have more of a global footprint, and again, they have high technology. In Segovin, they're known for the sustainable construction, and again, also very high in R&D. Right, so um, all of them, technology is very important. Guardian is more local with Vitro, so mainly them, and they are a little bit cheaper. So main competition. Okay, so looking at the financial analysis for the last 5 years, there are a couple things to keep in mind when we look at the numbers. And one is the in 2022, 2023, Vitro went through a huge reconstructing where they divested their chemicals division to focus on the glass business. This created a more leaner company, more agile, but you can see in the numbers, obviously, the difference. And they were still being affected by COVID somewhat. And here, more recently, something to keep in mind is in 2025, the tariffs really affected the company, I mean, the industry, um, in more for Vitro also. It was the exchange rate between the peso and the US dollar. It kept fluctuating, and that affected the numbers. All in all, gross profit margin is 36%, which is actually pretty good for the industry. So it's still very positive. So looking into the future, the forecast, solar in specialty growth is what we're looking at. It's very positive. With the contract with First Solar, is expected to generate an additional 1.3 billion in sales. Wichita Falls went through and plant went through an expansion, which will be able to produce the new solar panels. Um, so very optimistic. They have a high margin on their premium products. According to Yahoo Finance, the North America glass market is projected to reach approximately 298.65 billion by 2030. So very exciting times for the glass industry in vitro. So that's all I have. Thank you for your time, and do you have a great day?